Hello everybody, welcome back. This is Omega Given. We're giving you a video about a very interesting thing. If you have watched, this is actually going to be posted a couple weekends from now, but if you watched in the past few weeks, I put my stream onto like this ambient, whatever lo-fi kind of playing stuff, and you kind of just like, what is this whole thing? And then, like, if you look at the titles, I kind of explain it, but even then it might be like, what is that? What does that mean? One of my titles was randomly generating space music, hashtag lo-fi, blah blah blah, stuff like that. So what I mean is this is actually completely randomly generated sounds, basically, that's being produced. I'm gonna walk you right through it because it's kind of a cool little thing that I just thought had a great idea of, and I'm just giving out my secrets, if you want to say, just because I love teaching people how to do things, especially things in Python, coding, stuff like that, and how I made a randomly generating sequence of sounds and such. So let's switch on over to my desktop viewer. I'll show you my Python script. Let me actually make this a little bigger for you guys to see. If you did not know, I always love to try to record everything in one take because I am very lazy of a person. And it also makes it very transparent of how I don't care a little bit about editing to try to appease certain people. I like to keep things fluid and personal a little bit. So let's make this actually 30 font. All right, so here's my code, blah blah blah. This is just my run line command, so we don't need that. And okay, so basically what we have here is a Python script, which you can technically code this all in if you want to download Python on your computer and you run like command prompt, and you just literally, once you download it, you can run Python and it'll start a Python script line, and we can copy and paste this whole thing into this script line and it'll work. Or you can get like something like PyCharm. This is called an IDE, interactive development environment. I think that's what it stands for. I can't remember what it exactly stands for, but it's something close enough to that. It doesn't matter. So basically, once you have Python, you got to import the different libraries or different stuff that people have already programmed in the past, which you can use. So that's basically what these import statements do. We're importing random. We're importing something called pygame.midi. This is actually what makes the sound. And then we're importing time, just so we can be able to put time buffers between notes and stuff, make sure the notes are dragged out long enough, stuff like that. All right, with that said, this device, you can see I put some comments here. I actually I copy and pasted somebody else's stuff in here. But device equals 0. This just tells you what audio device are you setting up, or it will tell me what device later on. I'm just making this a variable that's assigned to 0. With that, instrument is labeled to 92. If I go to this website right here, this tells me all the instruments. I actually found out that this website is incorrect because when you look at it, it has a 1 as acoustic piano. It's actually 0 as acoustic piano, and everything's off by 1. I was kind of like playing some stuff and totally noticed that this was actually inaccurate. It's all off by 1. But this website shows you what this pygame.midi uses as the instruments. So if you wanted to do piano, we can do 0. If we wanted to do, I had a couple commented here. Like, I think I have it set as 92. 92 is this ambient kind of, it's called choir pad, but I think it's actually something else because it's off by 1. So if I run it, you can hear it now, and or actually you can already hear it. Well, the background music playing right now is what's playing on the script. So that's what it is. It's 92. Where's 92? It's actually the polysynth pad. I just noticed that that's a lot more ambient and interesting. But there's like other cool stuff. Like, I love shamisen, so I labeled that one. I found the choir pad. I like that one. There's some really cool ones, but that you can choose. So I just chose that one. That's the label of it. It's instrument. These are just variables, so they're not quite declared that we're using those instruments until we set it up later on. We're just setting up variables, so we'll be like, okay, we want volume as 120. We want our wait time to be 0.4 of a second. Our right hand. Okay, so this is where I had to do a little bit of figuring out. I had to find out what notes were what, and I found out that these notes, this is right hand and left hand on a keyboard. Let me turn on my PCIe camera so we can use. All right, my top right side, you can see a keyboard and everything. So this is my setup here. So I set it up so we have a right hand which assigns to these keys, like the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, these 5 keys. So this is 44, or no, this is 47, 47, 49, 52, 54, 56. That's what these keys are. And then I have a left hand which does these keys, which is 40. Actually, I think that I have them out of order. It's 35, 37, 40, 42, and 44. The other notes between are these white keys. So I only wanted to use these ones because if you know a little bit about music theory, black keys are kind of all in the same octave. So if you play only black keys, you can actually make some decent sounding music by itself. So that's kind of like what I chose to do. Is I'm going to choose the black keys as that octave. I could choose like other octaves, like just do these keys up and then switch to that. So it's like a 1 sharp on, or F sharp major or whatever, something like that. I don't remember a lot of the names of these things. I did music stuff back in high school and in middle school. It's been a while though. So with that said, I assigned a right hand and a left hand. So that's kind of what I'm thinking is I got 2 hands and I have all the numbers that represent the notes in a list. With that, I then initialize the instrument or the setup of the instrument, which is this is initializing the keyboard basically. Like, okay, we're about to make music using this MIDI library. Next, we're going to set up the output. So our output is going to be our device, which was 0, meaning it's the computer's default audio device, which is my speakers. Then we're going to initialize the instrument, which we picked out in 92, which was the choir pad or whatever it was. And we set that up as the instrument. You can see we actually assigned this to be a player, or like that's what we're going to call it. Like we just made the program is the player now. So the player is who's playing the stuff. All right, now I did a couple of little things here. This is just so I can be able to come up with a rhythm later on. So I have a length. The length of the right hand is basically 5. That's basically what it's saying. It's like how many notes are there in the right hand? There's 5 notes, or there's 4 notes. It picks between 0 and 4 because in programming, the first position is actually index 0. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So is 0 between 0 and 4? You got to pick a number. 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then so that's kind of like why I did this. So that's just getting a length of 4. Even though it could be 5. Then we have a wait timer. This wait timer, it'll come into effect a little bit later on for the specific pattern I have playing in the background right now. But if we scroll down, while true, rando index. Okay, so this is where I kind of get, I want randomly generating notes. So I get a random number between 0 and 4 because there's 5 in the index, but I need to pick 0, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So I pick a random number, pick another random number, and pick another random number. Why do I need 3 random numbers? Is because I need, if you look right here, I need 1 note for the right hand, 2 notes for the left hand, and I play them all at the same time. So I just play these all sequentially. Technically, it's not exactly the same time because the computer rolls through this code like one at a time, but the computer rolls through it so fast that we basically will not be able to hear the difference as if it was like at the same time. I tried to do multitasking, like a library of multitasking in here, but it does not work as well. So I just did this instead. It's a lot easier. So we basically started playing. So player.note on. So press the note of right hand, and then the 2 left hands making a chord, like that, and then at the certain volume. And then it's gonna wait timer, and then I'm gonna note off on the right hand. So we want the left hand to just play every couple of times. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, like that kind of beat. So that's basically what we're going for. So right on, left on, right off, next note on, off. That's what we're looking for. So that's why I did this in 2 chunks. This chunk and then this chunk. So what we did was did that right on, right off, and then I have this. I will explain this line in a second, so we're going to go down a line. So we need to pick out our next right note. So I've got another random index, so another random note on the right hand, and then we noted on that one. So it's right on, right off, right on again, and then wait, and then you see I have wait time times wait, so that's this. I'll explain what that means in a second. But then all of it is going to be left, both the left notes off and the right off. So right on, right off, right on, all off. That's basically what it's doing. Now what this does right here, if you notice in the background when it's playing, there's occasional pauses. That's what this is doing. I want occasional pauses to make it feel more diverse, basically. So I have an occasional pause where it will pause 2 seconds, or 2 times wait time, which the wait time is 0.4. So it's going to pause 0.8 of a second rather than 0.4 of a second between a note right here. So it might be right on, left on, right off, right on, wait, right off, rather than right on, right off, right on, right off. Like it does the double time for the second set. So that's basically what I'm doing. And that is completely randomly generated between 10 notes, I guess. Well, 5 notes really on each hand. So that's how I have randomly generating music, and that's how we're doing it in the background. And then at the end, just because you don't want to set up stuff, we have delete player and quit. That's just so when I turn it off, it doesn't keep running in the background of my computer, slowing down my computer, blah, blah, blah. But this is kind of a fun little thing you can do. Like, literally anybody can do this. You can do this within 5-10 minutes. I literally programmed this in 10 minutes because I had the idea. I'm like, how do I do this? I googled what's a Python library that can make sound, and I'm like, okay, this library makes sound. It took me a couple of Google searches for how to do the documentation of like this dot output, set instrument, dot note on, dot note off. I just took me literally that much time, and I had it coded up, and guess what? We can now have hours long of randomly generating music. And who knows, we can add even more to this. We can maybe make this like more diverse, make it have like an extra beat somewhere, have it so it plays different notes, maybe have 2 more instruments playing. We can make this as diverse as we want it. And if you guys want that diversity, if you want this music playing in your background, then please give this video a like, subscribe, and comment down below what kind of diversity you want. Do you want some kind of instrument? Do you want some kind of beat in the background? Maybe we could do some bass beats and make some, I don't know, randomly generating EDM music. Who knows? We can do infinite things with this stuff. I don't know. I've been starting to get into music lately because right now, A Township Tale, which is like some of our main content, is a little bit run dry. So I'm just trying to start something new. If you like it, like I said before, like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you all next time.